Yeah, let's touch base with Anthony.
Oh, hi.
Howdy,
Hi,
what's on your
Anthony.
mind?
Yeah, so I actually had a question for Rudy because I personally have trouble like setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. And I was wondering, are your personal boundaries different when you're producing content for your customers, like versus when you're in an intimate or like a well-known relationship with a partner? Do you find that you're comfortable with different things between those? And then kind of tagging on to that, do you ever feel pressured to consider things or to do things that you otherwise probably wouldn't because it is sort of a transactional relationship between you and your customers?
That is a multi-tiered question, and I'll probably have to have you re-ask me the last parts because I will definitely forget. But as for just I already forgot the first part of the question. Wow, my ADHD is really kicking my butt today.
Yeah, sorry, I packed two into one. The first part of it was essentially is do you find that your personal boundaries in terms of what you're comfortable with in an intimate space are different when it's you and a camera versus you and a partner?
To a certain degree, yeah. I mean, my relationship dynamic specifically with my partner is, it's like, okay, we're intimate emotionally, mentally, and physically. But it's like we also just have different stuff that we like. Like like together, we are like practically kinkless. Like with me and my actual partner, he's ace, so we don't really have sex that often. Period. Our relationship is very chill as far as the physicality goes, and so I guess it is very different with my customer base because they are saying very explicit things, obviously, and they are asking for very explicit things. So I kind of get into a slightly different headspace for that kind of sort of sexual stuff than I do in my actual relationship and that sexual stuff, because in my relationship, some of the most memorable sexual experiences that I've had with my partner were ones where he made a really stupid joke in the middle of foreplay and we were still laughing while we were having sex because it was so funny. It's like, obviously none of that kind of thing is probably going to be in anything I do in front of a camera. It's very different. It's not as one-on-one, even if I am making something specifically for somebody who wants to get the quote girlfriend experience, something like that, it's still not going to be what an actual girlfriend experience with me would be. There's always going to be, a limit of how much the person knows me, and they don't really. I don't have a in-depth relationship with these people. I'm fulfilling fantasies that maybe they do have an in-depth relationship with me, and to some degree, I will try to get to know people if they want to know about me. I mean, I'm not opposed at all to pretty much talking to people as if they were dating me, as long as they are okay with paying for it. Like, I really am fine with that. It's like, yeah, okay, but I'm charging $20 for every 15 minutes. But but I'll talk to you like I'm your girlfriend as long as you pay me to do that. That's fine. I've had conversations with people that were totally casual through like the DMs and OnlyFans too, of just them kind of wanting to know a little bit about me. And that's fine. So it's like I do have different boundaries, but to some degree it's kind of like the boundary pretty much only exists because they don't know me in real life.
Cool. That was a really great answer to that question. That was a lot more information than I thought I was going to get on that one. Thank you.
I'm glad I answered it thoroughly.
Yeah, that was that was awesome. And then the other half of it was, because you and your customers do have a transactional relationship, do you ever feel pressure to, consider requests or that sort of thing that you wouldn't normally consider?
Nope. That's something that I feel very, as a sex worker who is behind a screen, I feel very empowered to say no. Granted, I haven't been in a situation yet where somebody has asked me for something that I was like totally uncomfortable with. For the most part, actually, no, I take that back. I had one person who at least seemed like they were just trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm new and were kind of just like, oh, let's like trade videos. And I'm like, I don't do that.
I don't need any videos. I'm good. Thanks.
He was like, oh, but just send me a clip and I'll tell you if it's worth posting. And I'm like, no. And then I blocked him. Like that's I feel perfectly comfortable with saying, yeah, maybe some people do that. I don't. I mean, lots of people do video trades, picture trades. I don't do trades. Like I said, I don't really watch Ford that much. That is not valuable to me. I sell, I don't buy. And that's just what it is.
Nobody's tried to indecent proposal you at this point. We'll check back in a year and see what how your stories change.
Yeah, honestly, I look forward to that.
We'll do a live reaction and just have you watch yourself now and react. I love those questions though, Anthony. Those are really important things to highlight. There is a different kind of relationship that you have with a paying customer as opposed to somebody who is an intimate partner, someone who knows you really well, and kind of getting over that for me as a YouTuber, realizing, oh, these people don't know me. When they like me, they're liking what I'm giving them as like a creator. When they don't like me, it's not an implication on me, or like there's no relationship being lost there. So making sure the parasocial relationship aspect is always front and center, I'd imagine is super important just across the board.
Yeah. And I will say, as somebody who's worked customer service jobs outside of sex work, because that's kind of just customer service to some degree, I mean, it's a different kind of service, if you know what I mean. But wow, I'm so cheesy. But like my motto with customer service has always kind of been like, the customer is right to a point. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say the customer is always right, because there's some shit that I'm just not going to do. There's some shit I can't do. And there is some shit that is just unreasonable. But to the degree that it makes sense, I will do whatever I can to meet somebody's standards. If they ask for a custom picture and I send them the pictures and they're like, that's not what I'm really looking for, I will take more and I won't charge them more for them. Like, I will get them the pictures that they want. But if there's something that I'm just not comfortable doing, I'm just going to say no.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for the insight. I appreciate it. And I love the show, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for calling in, Anthony. Have a good rest of your night.
Take care.
Awesome. I love these colors today.